Hello Super Sentai fans and welcome back to Toku Topics. Today, once again, we are taking a look at another SHODO Super set, this time of Denshi Sentai Denziman. If you're not familiar with these, SHODO Super is a candy toy line of figures. They're all premium Bandai exclusives, so they're very, very pricey. They're usually about $100 or so as sets, but you get an entire team of Sentai in here. You get a ridiculous amount of accessories, so many cool episode references, so many cool things. Like, if you're a fan of any Sentai team and they do a SHODO Super set, it is like the definitive action figures that you can get for them. They are 4 inches big. They don't scale with like Lightning Collection or anything like that, but they're such a cool figure line. I'm sure pictures have been popping up, and once I've collected these, I've known that I've needed more, and I definitely have bought more than this. So I have Gokaiger I've already done reviews of, and Live Man, and now we have Denziman. So let's go and open it up here. I've already cut the premium Bandai seller tape, or the shipper box. And inside, here it is. So I got it for a little bit of a discount because mine is a little beat. The box has like a kind of a dent in it right there, but I don't care. For anything I can get for a cheaper price on these, I'm willing to do so, because just like, look at this. Also, what's so nice about this, and just like my OCD brain, is that it matches up. Like, all the boxes have a very similar layouts with a nice new graphic in the back, and like they're just so, the presentation is perfect. But on the front here, of course, we have the Denziman, which look fantastic. Love that background. At the top, you have all 5 of them there. On the side, you have Red by himself. And on the other side, you have the other 4 team members, which is the same way all the other boxes are structured. So if you wanted to, you could like line them up like this. And also the boxes are the same size. So like, oh, it's perfect. But on the side here, you have blue, yellow, green, and pink. On the back, you get a team pose, and you can just see all the accessories that you get. So you get all of like the bats. You get this one sword that Pink apparently used in like one episode. To be fair, I haven't seen Denziman, but like, I love that. You get the star formation of their little sticks there. You get their punching gloves, so you do have swappable hands for them to have the punching gloves. You get all of these hands. So nice. And at the bottom, you just got a bunch of copyright stuff. Now, what is nice about SHODO Super is that for the most part, the figures are painted, so you don't have to have any stickers applied to the actual figures for the most part. However, in the case of some teams, and Denziman is one of them, they do have some stickers where the on the cuffs of the boots, on the arms, and the belts, has all that shiny silver you see there, those are stickers, but like the helmets and the chests and everything are fully painted, so you don't have to worry about that. But the weapons are also going to be covered in stickers. But this one doesn't look so bad. Yeah, like I said, it's pretty much just the cuffs, which obviously makes it look like there's a ton of stickers here, but that's just because you have to do all the cuffs 5 times. And then you just get these dots and colors for the sticks and the little D's for the little blaster. So that's not bad. Like, I mean, obviously no stickers would be preferable, but there's definitely been a lot worse. So, and then here you have a sticker sheet kind of where you're supposed to put them. So obviously the little D symbols go in the blaster. The sticks are going to have all those colors there. And then they show you where to put all the cuffs and everything. And that's it. So, Denziman, comparatively pretty easy set to put together here. So here is all of the hands. So as you can see, you get a ton of hands. So you get the same amount of hands for everybody, which is just a ridiculous amount of hands. And then here, these are the punching gloves, which I love that these are included. That's a great touch. And then here, this is the blaster and the little sticks and the sword. And then here we have the bats and the combined version of that. And it looks like those are holstered versions of the sidearms, I think, is what that's supposed to be. So that's really nice. Since it is a candy toy, you get a little piece of lemon candy, so we'll be eating that while I sticker these up. And then, of course, without further ado, in here, in the bubble wrap, all nice and wrapped up in here, it's the Denziman themselves. And look at that. Like, that's really nice. I love also that, like, you have, like, that light shade of pink, but some dark shade pinks parts of it, because like if you look at the old 80s footage, like it is usually a pretty light pink with some like weird shading, and I actually replicated that there. I love this line. I love it absolutely so much. It's such a good figure line. I just wish, and I will say this in literally every single one of these videos, it's such a good line, but I wish that it wasn't so expensive, because it just makes it such a pain to collect it. It's like money wise, but oh, it's so good. Like, look at this. I love it. I love all the detail. I love all the paint. Like, look at all that paint. It's literally just the cuffs that you have to deal with. So this set is not going to be that bad. So we're going to go ahead and cut here. I'm going to put the stickers on all this stuff, get everything out of the bags and the sprues and clean it all up here, and then we'll take a look at SHODO Super Denziman. And here are the completed Denziman all stickered up, which, like I said earlier in this video, isn't a ton of stickers on the actual figures. The stickers come in with all the accessories that I've already put into a little Ziploc bag so I don't lose anything. But just like any other SHODO Super set, these are excellent. These are so good. So we're going to go and take a look at each of them here individually. So here is Denji Red, and as you can see, they've captured all that detail, like, so incredibly, like, it's just so incredible. Like, so incredibly well. Look at that. Look at all, like, the molded detail in there and everything. Obviously, it's not, like, painted or anything like that in there, but, like, the fact that it's there, I mean, compared to, like, the Ranger key for this dude, which just has, like, a silver, like, just a silver piece of paint right there. It doesn't have any of that textured detail, which, I mean, I would expect that on a Ranger key, but here, like, they still were able to get that level of detail in there, which is just super impressive. So, for all of these guys, they do have the little scarf pieces, which you can move, and if you really didn't want to have it, you can also just take it off. I mean, that's not accurate. They are supposed to have the little scarf pieces, but they are removable if that's something you really don't want to have. So just like any of these, and I'll kind of go over articulation very briefly, but you kind of have a ball joint here, you do have a rotation right there, and there's even a little bit of paint right down there, which you're going to barely see because the belt kind of gets in the way, but like, they go above and beyond with that. You get paint right there as well in the belt buckle. You can rotate right here where you have additional paint on the white stripe there. Move the arm all the way around, move it that way, bend at the elbow. The hands can move, and of course they're all swappable because you get like dozens of hands with these guys. You can rotate them there, move the legs out, back, forth, bend at the knee. The feet are on ball joints. Like, it's pretty good movement for a very tiny figure. And you even get a Tamashii stand port back there if you wanted to put them on a Tamashii stand as well, which I think is just really, really neat. So the only stickers on these guys were the silver bands around here. The belt buckle was 1, 2, which it stops right there. 3 stickers for that, if I remember correctly. And then there was a sticker on each of the boots. So everybody had what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stickers per figure, which is not too terrible. I mean, it still took me about a little under 2 hours to sticker all of the guys and everybody in the team and also all these weapons, which we'll get to with that obviously in a minute. But you know, I've had worse. I've had worse with like the Gokaiger sets and even the Live Man sets, and I can't even begin to imagine how the G-Ranger set's going to be, which I have secured one of those, and that would be the next team set that I get. But of course, here today we're focusing on Denziman. So they do have the chest symbols there. They have the little red right there, which I'm not sure exactly what the design of these are supposed to be. They all have like the first letter of their color there. I've never really noticed that on the Denziman suits, to be perfectly honest. And then you do get a holster here, which I believe is holstering their Denji sticks, which you do get here. That's what the blue things are. And then you might be able to see it. Where did they go? Right there, these little white pieces. Those are alternate holsters to where the Denji sticks are not in there. So they even go that far with the extra detail, which is just super incredible. So there is that. And then here's Denji Blue, which has the 2 stripes there. And here's the helmet design for him. Of course, red, blue, and yellow are going to pretty much be the same figure. They do have a B molded there, but essentially articulation-wise, sticker-wise, they are the exact same. So that's Denji Blue. Here's Denji Green, once again. And he has kind of that nicer, somewhat darker color as well, which is accurate. I mean, kind of the older Showa era Sentai teams kind of had that more darker color compared to the lighter color that we got in more recent Sentai seasons or more modern era ones. So I'm glad that was reflected here. You get the G there, you get 3 lines for him, or is it 4? Or does he have 4? Actually, I think he has 4, yeah. Because in yellow, I think has 3. So we did a little bit out of order. There's the helmet for him. And then we got Denji. Oh, is he gonna stand? There we go. Denji Yellow. So that is the 3 lines there. Very, very similar. There's the helmet for him. Right there. And the yellow, or the Y on the chest, or on the belt buckle. And then finally we have Denji Pink, which of course is a different mold because it's a female mold. And kind of speaking to how they had the color with Denji Green, they have like this really cool 2-toned pink color where some of it's a darker pink and some of it's a lighter pink. And that is pretty accurate to like the way that the suits used to look in the Showa era. They definitely had this level of like not quite matching the pink colors with it, which I think is really cool. And I do like that lighter pink being reflected here. Maybe it's not 100% perfect. Maybe it is a little too darker of a pink in areas, but I mean, I put a picture up a couple seconds ago. I think it's pretty good. So articulation-wise, it is still the same as all the other figures. You can still move it there and everything. It's just a little bit of a different body mold. Now, she does, as far as I can tell, have the same hand pegs. I think. I'm pretty confident of that. I mean, at this point, I've mixed them all together, so it's gonna have to do. But you can swap the hands on here because They're going to have the Denji punches and everything, so I think that the hand pegs are the same, just so you can still do all that swapping. Oh, by the way, there's her helmet. But speaking of accessories, we do have a couple to take a look at here. Obviously, there's just so many hands. I'm going to put a picture up right now of the accessory photo. You can just see how many hands there are. I'm not going to do a bunch of hand swaps. We're going to be here forever if I did that. But we're just going to kind of take a look at each of the little major accessories before we kind of wrap it up here. Okay, so when it comes to some special accessories, I didn't want to like pull out every single thing because we'd be here forever. But this set is like the perfect example of, first of all, a team that doesn't really have a lot of arsenal to include, but them going through some crazy deep cuts for this. So this is awesome. So first of all, everybody gets their Denji stick. So I just pulled Reds out for an example. So for the Denji stick, there is 3 stickers for each of these, and that is 1 sticker that goes around there, and then 1 there, and 1 there. So these took the longest because you just had a lot of repetitiveness to it. You can fold these up to kind of be the holster mode, but they are supposed to be extended to be these little blades. So you get 5 of these, 1 for each member of the team, and then you do get the kind of star. Actually, it's kind of sharp. It just poked me there, so be careful with it. But you do get this star formation, which I think is the Denji Boomerang or something. Spoiler, I have not seen Denjiman. I'm going to be just perfectly transparent with it. I have always liked these suits, and I want to get all these sets regardless. But you do get the combination mode for one of the finishers that they can do with these, which is pretty cool. So there is that. But just like how you had to do this 5 times, you have to do it 5 more times for this star formation. So it definitely gets rather repetitive. Everybody gets these bats, which is the first deep cut thing. This was used apparently in episode 17, and I want to go ahead and shout out my buddy Corey, who already put together a very nice SHODO thread of this months ago when this was announced, but I'm going to be putting some screenshots up from the show. So this bat was used in episode 17 of Denjiman. I don't know the context of why, but the entire team gets one of those. You can see all of them in there, which is really cool. So you get 5 of these in each of their colors. And then from episode 32, you get this Denji shock gun, which is just this all white plastic gun with a little Denjiman symbol there and there. And I believe that this was shown being used by Denji Yellow specifically from that episode, so you can give it to whoever you want, but that is a pretty cool feature there. And then speaking of that, from episode 40, we have this random sword that Denji Pink uses, which, once again, really, really cool. I like that quite a bit. So that's just fun that they included these one-off accessories. Ranger Wiki doesn't even have these 2 things included on like the arsenal page for Denjiman. That's how you know how obscure these things are, but they have an actual physical plastic release. And that is why I love Denji. Oh, Denji Boo died. That's why I love SHODO Super so much, because it's so comprehensive. Now, of course, you also get these gloves for the Denji Punch. Now, basically, there are 4 pairs of them that are just in this fist mode like this. And then they do give you a specific pair for pink, where they're kind of splayed open. I do believe that they are compatible between everybody, so I guess we'll go ahead and use Denji Blue, because I was going to use red as the example, but Blue fell over, so he'll be our little guinea pig with this. But of course, these are just working as regular swappable hands. So I'll go ahead and show off the splayed open ones first, which, like I said, I believe you can give to anybody. So that, yes, you can. So they just have these little pegs that just kind of clip in there. And then there is your splayed open Denji Punch, which is really cool. Looks just as giant and ridiculous as it's supposed to, which is awesome. So the Denji Punch has always been one of my favorite things when I first saw it in Gokaiger. This was the first time I saw a Denji Punch. Zenkaiger actually used it as well. That is what the Zenkaiger, or that's what the Sentai gear for Denjiman unlocked, was the Denji Punch, so that's pretty fun. So I like that quite a bit, so I love it you get those. I do kind of wish that you got a complete set in, the full punching mode, because it kind of sucks that you have to, if you want to give everybody a Denji Punch at the same time, you're going to have to give somebody the splayed open ones. But I was reading on the Ranger Wiki trying to familiarize myself with these accessories that Pink uses more kind of splayed open hand combat with them anyway, so I guess that's why they decided to do that, but just an interesting observation there. And then, like I said, everybody gets a swappable holster piece for you to have them hold their Denji sticks and then not to be in their holsters, but such good accessories with this set. And with that, that's going to do it for my video review of the SHODO Super Denjiman set. So, I mean, just like with all of these, with the Gokaiger, the Live Man that I've taken a look at previously, I cannot recommend these more. I adore these sets. These are so good. I love that there's minimal stickers to a degree. The accessories are just unparalleled. I mean, literally, especially with this one, with all the deep cuts that they have. The suits turn out great. Like every single one of these, I love them. I cannot wait to see how far we can go with this line. They keep seemingly making more. I know the Cock Ranger set just came out at the time of this video. And I know I'm reviewing these all out of order in terms of when they release, but that's just kind of how I've been buying them, because they are very pricey. That's the only downside about these, is that there are some stickers and that they are very, very pricey. And that's just going to kind of be the same general consensus thing for each one of these. If you like the Sentai, I highly recommend tracking them down for that. If you like the line, I highly recommend tracking them down for that. They're pretty much all the same level of quality. It just kind of matters on personal preference and how far on this line you decide to go. But until next time, you guys can check out my reviews of all the other ones here on the channel, and I plan to get the rest of them to do more future videos of them and continue this entire line, because I really do like it. And let me know down in the comments below, did you get this set? Did you get the Cock Ranger set that just came out? Which one of these do you have? Which one of these do you want to see them make? Anything about it down in the comments below. I want to read it and hear about it. So of course, until next time, you guys can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or LandyFigPR, and I will see you all later. To wrap up this video, I'd like to thank my $5 and above patrons: Jurassic Samurai, Maggot Alchemist, Robert Browning, Static Thunder, Brendan Overland, Maji Yellow, Redstone MCPC, Comics1017, James Darty, John Luke, Eric Berry, Tyler Bezetsky, Matthew Thorne, Josh Landry, Pure Midas, CPT Tesla, Cross SCV, Caboose Ed, Socket Monsters, Anthony Love, Daniel Pika, Hella Geo, and Thrasher. If you'd like to support Toku Topics, you can for as little as $1 a month on my Patreon, linked in the description below.